Now we'll start with the topic of genetic disorders. Genetic disorders are of various types which are broadly classified into three types. That is, Mendelian disorders, these disorders include hemophilia, sickle cell anemia, color blindness, and many others. That is, this type of disorders comes under Mendelian disorder. The second type comes the disorders occurring due to inborn errors of metabolism. The disorders occurring due to these inborn errors include Alkaptonuria, then Phenylketonuria, and albinism. And the third type of genetic disorders includes chromosomal disorders. That is, the disorders that occur due to chromosomal changes, whether in structure or number. These disorders include many like Turner syndrome, then Down syndrome, and Klinefelter syndrome. But before understanding these all three types of disorders along with their diseases, let us understand one of the very important terms, most important terms, that is pedigree analysis. Now, what does the term pedigree analysis mean? Pedigree analysis can be defined as the record of the occurrence of traits These traits mean that the characters of an organism occurring in several generations. Of a human family can be defined as pedigree analysis. Thus, as we have stated that after the discovery of Mendel's work, the practice of analyzing inheritance pattern in human beings began. That is, it was due to the study of these traits in the inheritance pattern, various types of structure and processes associated with the gene chromosome was understood. So, the record of this occurrence of traits that occurs in the several generations of human family is the pedigree analysis. Thus, from such a type of analysis, information about the family history for particular traits can be collected. Then, the expression of the traits are assembled in a chart. Thus, the formation of pedigree analysis occurs or provides information about the family history of particular trait. And after gaining about this information, that is the information about history, it is then calculated the expression of the traits, that is the traits or characters that are obtained on the basis of analysis of the family history, which are then assembled in a chart. Why? Because a chart assemblance of particular traits helps in understanding in detail about the genetic inheritance of a particular family and its ancestors. Now we will study that how this pedigree analysis is made. The pedigree of a family is represented always in the form of chart, on the basis of which the analysis record is done. Now this chart occurs in the form in such a manner that females are represented by circle while males are represented by square. Now this type of simple circle or square represents the normal, that is the male or female is in normal state. But if during the disease condition or during any syndrome, the females are represented by a colored circle, and similarly it is for males, which are represented by a colored square. This represents the disorder or syndrome within it. So let us study the chart in detail with the help of an example. This figure represents the pedigree or the analysis chart of a polydactyl in man. Polydactyl, definitely you all know that it is a condition in which the man possesses extra fingers either on hands or toes of their feet. So here is a pedigree analysis of such a polydactyl nature in man. As said earlier that the circle represents female and a square represents male, and the colored square or the colored circle represents male and female respectively. So here a cross is arranged between a normal female and a polydactyl male. So such a cross gives three states, that is polydactyl female, polydactyl male and a normal man, which is then further crossed in such a manner that the polydactyl female is crossed with the normal male, which results in 50:50 ratio. That is the 50% of the humans that are obtained in the third generation are normal, while 50% are polydactylous. And these 50% includes both, that is normal male and female, and polydactylous female and male. Similarly, a cross is arranged between a normal male and a normal female. In this, the third generation that is obtained contains all normal, whether male or female. In the case of pedigree analysis, that is the study of it, the cross between the two, that is either normal or polydactylous male and female, is represented by a horizontal line. Further, the result in the F2 generation is represented by straight line and further in a horizontal manner, which results in the second generation, and further the cross between the two result in the third generation. And therefore, accordingly, the three generations are mentioned in the Roman numeral. This is the type of the pedigree analysis and its study. So, here the cross between the normal female and polydactylous male includes or depicts the marriage between the two, which results in the offspring, that is second generation. Further, their cross of the offspring results into the third generation. Thus, on this basis we can conclude that a polydactyl offspring, whether male or female, appears only in the condition where in the parent generation only one polydactylous male is present. Now let us study about the second example, that is the family pedigree that involves the haemophilia disorder. This figure represents the condition that depicts a cross between hemophilic man and a normal woman, which represents the pedigree chart on the basis of which analysis is obtained. As it can be seen from the figure, the hemophilic man, that is the completely shaded square, is crossed with the normal woman, that is a normal circle, or we can say blank circle, which is further crossed and gives a normal man, but along with it, it also gives a carrier woman. Carrier woman or we can say carrier man or woman, is represented by half shaded and half normal. This is the carrier woman, while a square half shaded portion represents the carrier man. Now, what does the term carrier mean? The carrier means that it carries the information that is associated with that genetic disease. Thus, on this basis we can say that carrier person does not get affected by the disease, but it carries the information for that genetic disease, which can be harmful or can cause that disease to the next offspring. And so, in this basis, that is family pedigree of haemophilia, as a cross is arranged between a normal woman and hemophilic man, results in the 2 ratio, that is normal man and carrier woman, which is further crossed, that is carrier woman when crossed with normal man, results in the normal man, woman and hemophilic man along with the carrier woman. So, according to this chart, when the man is hemophilic, then and the woman is normal, then under this condition, at the end of the offspring, it is only man who will gain or who will receive the disorder, that is hemophilia, but on the contrary, the woman either will be normal or would act as carrier. Thus, on this basis we can say that a pedigree analysis chart is very important in order to study the inheritance of various disorders for various family patterns. Similarly, such a family pedigree analysis can also be done for other disorders like sickle cell anemia. The details of these disorders, that is hemophilia, sickle cell anemia, we'll study later. And therefore, on the basis of these calculations, simple pedigree analysis for any type of diseases and for any generation has extensive use in the medical research. As we have seen that it is very obvious that in the medical research or to understand its details, simple pedigree analysis is very important, that is plays an important role. So, before marriage, it is possible for a man or woman to understand that what can be the condition for the offspring if any one of them is diseased. So, such a chart is very useful for making a decision for a couple to get married and understand its heredity aspects.